Charles.
Well, the plan that the administration unveiled today is really a travesty masquerading as an outreach to the Republicans. It looks at first of all, it has nothing about tort reform, which is a very important element. We know why. Howard Dean himself has said that the Democrats don't want to anger the trial lawyers. And tort reform has been estimated by the Massachusetts Medical Society that doctors who practice defensive medicine, a quarter of all tests and procedures and referrals.
Although the president, or the White House says the president's anxious to talk about that, so perhaps it'll be on the table.
If you have a 2,600-page bill with nothing in it on tort reform, you're not serious about real reform. This is a partisan attempt from the start. Secondly, there's nothing about nationalizing the market and purchasing health insurance across state lines. What the president does here is he tries to reconcile House and Senate, but he does it by throwing money at every difference. For example, the Nebraska kickback, which is a federal giveaway on Medicaid that was only for Nebraska, every state now has it. The union cutout, which was the unions being exempt from the tax on the Cadillac plans until 2018, everybody has it. Higher subsidies for those who are forced into purchasing health insurance. All of this is going to cost, and you said the estimate in the White House is it's going to cost $200 million. That is a billion. That is a vast underestimate, and it's added onto a Senate bill which is $850, which in and of itself is a huge underestimate because it only counts the second half of this decade. It's twice that. In effect, what you have here is a $2 trillion expenditure at a time when the president is hypocritically calling for deficit reduction. Republicans ought to announce that they're not going to allow anybody to be appointed from the Republican side on that commission because it is entirely a farce.
Take a listen to the White House today, trying to answer the question whether the president really supports reconciliation.
Reconciliation, as you know, is a legislative vehicle that has been used on a number of occasions over the past many years. I do think the president believes there ought to be an up or down vote on health care.
But just saying that the president wants an up or down vote, is that a sign that that doesn't happen? Reconciliation is the way to go?
The avenue exists if one wants to pursue it.
Does he want to pursue it?
Again, I don't think it makes any sense to get ahead of what happens with the legislation on Friday before discussion on Thursday.
Well, clearly leaving the door open there, Charles.
Well, in that case, I'll get ahead of him, and I'll tell you what's going to happen on Friday. The Thursday meeting is theater. This is the president who won the presidency on charisma, speeches, and theater, and he thinks if he tries it again after a year of difficulty in governing, he'll get somewhere. So, and I think he's got a good chance of succeeding in the meeting. But what's going to happen the morning after is he's going to say he reached out, the Republicans refused, and they are going to pursue reconciliation. It'll probably happen in the Senate. It's complicated, but he may win. But as Fred indicates, in the House, it's going to be really in trouble.